Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I want to talk to you this morning, especially Group B, who has some work to do on their writing project before I get a chance to see you this afternoon, okay? So remember, besides other parts of writing and learning how to write a paragraph, learning how to write a complete sentence and an answer, we're also considering, we're working on learning the writing process. And it's a process, it takes steps. And the reason we take steps in our writing is to make our writing amazing, the best that it can be. So the first part of that process really, I would say, has two steps. It's called the pre-writing process, and it's steps 1 and 2. And it's when you brainstorm. So it was the list you made of the people that you might want to write about, some people that you admire. Okay, it's just a brainstorm, it's just the list. And you want several ideas to pick from. Then slide 2 was where we organize some of our ideas. So we decide, well, what's our topic sentence going to be? What is one idea? What's one reason I admire this person? What's a second reason? What's a third reason? And then we just wrap it up with a nice tidy bow with our closing sentence. And it's really part of organizing our thinking. I always tell my students, that's where the really hard work happens, because that's where that thinking work happens. And if you do a really great job on your pre-writing, then the writing part actually comes a little bit easier if you use your pre-write. So today what we're going to do is we're going to write a first draft. It's your very first copy. It's the first time you take your ideas and try and put them together in a paragraph. Now we are today going to begin writing in our writing journal. And so you were given a spiral notebook. It's probably not this color, but you can see Mrs. Peters. I've made sure I have it labeled. It's my writing journal, and we need to start working in that. So have that ready, and we're actually going to write our first draft in our writing journal today. So Group B, if you have steps 1 and 2 done, then I want you can go ahead and begin doing that. We'll talk a little bit about it this afternoon, but make sure you write the date on your very first clean page. It is October 1st. And then begin to try and compose the paragraph in handwriting, okay? So I'm sorry, some of you actually have worked a little bit ahead, and I'm gonna make you slow down and go back to this process. So that's where we are today. Now there are other steps that we'll be talking about once we have a draft, and those include revising. So we'll go back and we'll look at our first draft, and we'll go, how could we make that better? And we'll talk about steps for that. And then we'll do some editing. And that is when we start worrying a lot about spelling and punctuation and things like that. You don't need to worry a lot about that when you're drafting, because it's too hard to think about lots of ideas at once. And then we publish. And the publishing step is when we actually write our final draft. And that's our amazing writing. And if we've really taken advantage of the writing process, boys and girls, you're going to write a fabulous paragraph that you may want to share with a person that you admire. So Group B, I hope that helps you get started this morning. And Group A, it's a little late now, but I'm hoping, if you haven't yet, that you get in and you get your brainstorm done, and then you get your organizing of your ideas done. So that's slides 1 and 2, okay? And we will see you all very soon.